This very unfortunate situation in a terror attack in Kathua in Jammu and Kashmir. I'm now joined by my colleague Nazir Masoodi. Nazir, what are the details?
Well, Vishnu, this afternoon there was an attack on an army truck in a place called Badnota in Kathua district, which is a far-off village. On one side it is bordering Badawa, then Basoli, large area. So there was first they used rifle grenades, and one rifle grenade exploded inside the army truck, which actually caused most of the casualties. 4 army soldiers have been killed, among them a JCO, and 6 others are reportedly injured. Condition of some of the injured is stated to be critical. A massive counter-militancy operation was launched there, but so far there's no information or confirmation if any of the attackers has been tracked down or cornered so far. This is the second attack on army in Jammu province in last 2 days. Yesterday morning, there was an attack in Rajouri's Manjakot area on an army post. Before the army repulsed the attack, 1 army soldier was injured in that attack as well. While the police and the army has launched relentless anti-militancy operations across Jammu and Kashmir, for example, yesterday during twin encounters, 6 militants were killed in Kulgam district in South Kashmir. Army also suffered 2 casualties, including a special forces paratrooper was killed. This area, which has now been where this attack has taken place, the Army's 9 Corps is controlling this area, which falls under the jurisdiction of the Western Command, unlike the Northern Command, which deals with the situation in the rest of the Jammu and Kashmir. But this area falls under the jurisdiction, operational control of the Western Command, and 9 Corps is dealing with the situation. Police has rushed its reinforcement there, so has the Army. This last month, we saw there was an encounter in Kathua, the area which was free from militancy, and 2 militants were killed. 1 army CRPF Jawan was also killed during the encounter. It happened after people, local, raised alarm about, presence of militants. Yeah. Largely talking about how Jammu is high on terror radar, and the theatre of militancy largely shifting from the plains of the valley to the mountains of Jammu. First, it started from the Pir Panjal mountains, now shifting to the right up to Kathua.
No, it is absolutely terrible. Nazir, just half a second, let me go across to General Satish Dua, who also joins us at this stage. General, Kathua, Jammu, Rajouri, Poonch, Doda, Bhadarwa, Kulgam. It's not a coincidence, it's not one-off. We have a problem now. And the loss of 4 soldiers, apparently the condition of some of those injured is very bad. What's going wrong? Why are we unable to take out these terrorists?
First of all, Vishnu, allow me to express my condolences.
Yes, of course.
To the families and the units of those killed in action, and also pray for speedy recovery of those who are wounded. Vishnu, we have seen spate of these attacks. Firstly, in south of Pir Panjal, that is in Jammu region. And now as far south as Kathua, which is bordering Punjab. Clearly, there is a design to activate, move away from Kashmir, leave Kashmir region alone, but move down south to Pir Panjal, the Jammu region. In Kathua, last month also we saw these attacks, and now this ambush on an army vehicle. There is clearly a design to activate the dormant areas. And as Nazir was saying, this area comes under Western Command. It is also, I'd like to explain to the viewers that this area, the border here in Kathua, Samba, is not line of control, it's an international border. So the border is manned by BSF. Police and CRPF are deployed in the depth. Military units are there, but it is not a sort of a grid that is obtaining in Jammu and Kashmir. So the terrorists are trying to activate these areas now in the summers. We know that elections are imminent, the state elections, and they are trying to make their presence felt, because there is an overall feeling that, tourists are moving there, and there is development activities taking place in Kashmir, and after abrogation of Article 370, people are moving towards normalcy. There is no violence on the streets and all. So the terrorists are now trying to instill fear in the minds of the population. That is why initially soft targets, now they're even targeting the army vehicles. The idea is to activate the area that is by these terrorists and their handlers across.
No, but General, why are we unable to A, detect them, B, eliminate them?
Right. Like you said, like I said earlier, there are multiple agencies involved over here. There is BSF on the borders. There is the police and the CRPF here. It's not LOC. It's not. This is under Western Command, so there is a different command which takes place over here. While the grid is, there is a grid in place, but the fact remains that terrorists are trying to take advantage, or wherever there have been, when different agencies are involved, it becomes so much more difficult to gather intelligence. But then I agree, we should have had better intelligence, and we should have been able to react in a more effective manner.
Because General Dua, the problem is that these are always, almost always ambushes. We've seen this on vehicles, remote trucks going by, convoys going by. The terrorists have the upper hand because they choose the place and time. It's their choice, and then they go and attack. And this has been happening for a while now. And these are not suicide attacks. These soldiers aim to try and fight these terrorists aim to try and fight another day as they take on our soldiers. Is this, hardened Afghan soldiers? Are they Pakistani forces? Who are these people?
Well, that time will tell. I'm sure relentless operations will be carried out, and we will get these terrorists in due course. But we will know by and by whether they are Afghan soldiers coming in. I have my doubts. That may not be the case. The idea is that there has been a sense of normalcy that is coming in. So terror ranks and their handlers across are planning these things. The terrorists always have the initiative because they mingle with the population. I'm basing it purely, the next sentence is based purely on what I saw in some social media, that wherever this ambush has taken place, it's a thickly forested sort of an area where this has taken place, in the area of Machedi. And if that be the case, there are many places where ambushes can be laid very easily, and we will be reactive unless we have very good and real-time intelligence to thwart that.
Sure. All right, General, we leave it over there. Thank you. It is such a sad situation over there. 4 soldiers killed in action. The condition of a few of the others, 6 in fact, have been injured. Some of them quite badly injured.